session, I will be discussing some very important concepts related to the cybersecurity. It will be basic, but yes, they are going to be important concepts because they are the building blocks of cybersecurity, you can say. So, like when we talk about the introduction to the cybersecurity, I have already talked about it before. But yes, cybersecurity, what is cybersecurity? It is very important to understand. When we talk about cybersecurity, it is the use of technology, processes, and control to protect system, network, and data from cyber attacks. Like it aims to reduce the risk of cyber attacks and unauthorized access to the system. And you can say like cybersecurity is the practice of defending computers, server, mobile devices, electronic systems, network, and data from malicious attack. And it's also known as information technology security or electronic information security. Now I will be discussing some like terms which are necessary to understand and what are the differences actually. There are some terms which people are very confused. Some burst terms are there. Firstly, we would talk about the hacking. That what is the meaning of hacking and how it is connected to the cybersecurity terminology. So, to get into someone else's computer system without permission in order to find out information or do some illegal, like it is known as hack a computer. Okay, simply hacking is when you are doing something illegally. So, hacking is an attempt to exploit a computer system or a private network inside the computer. Simply put, it is like unauthorized access to or over the computer network security system for some illicit purpose when you are not permitted to do something and you are doing it. So hacking is basically the act of compromising digital devices and networks by gaining unauthorized access to an account or computer system. Now, there is a very important concept of ethical hacking. It is like complete different branch. When we talk about cybersecurity and ethical hacking, they are different. Cybersecurity and ethical hacking is not same. So, ethical hacking is the practice of using the same methods as malicious hackers to test a system security. Like hacking, when we talk about, there are three different types of hacking. uh, like uh, Ethical hacking is another thing, then simply illegal is another thing. So ethical, one word is there. So ethical means we are having the authority. Okay, ethical hacking involves an authorized attempt to gain unauthorized access. So ethical hacking is the practice of using the same methods as malicious hackers do to test a system or security. So simply ethical hackers test that the security, how the security is there. The goal is to find and fix vulnerabilities before a criminal can exploit them. Okay, carrying out an ethical hack involves duplicating strategies and actions of malicious attackers itself. Okay. Now, let's talk about security. So, when we talk about security, security is having a lot of things to do with how cyber security and you can say hardware related, network related security, and simply the software related security. What kind of data breaches are there? So, these all things are necessary to be understood. So we will be talking about some very important basic terminologies. Basic is very important when you go into some particular field, you can say. So when you talk about cybersecurity, here also the basic terminologies are necessary to be understood. So when we talk about what is threat is a very important word actually in cybersecurity. It will be used a lot. So today I'm talking about the basic terminology, but after that I will be using these terminologies when we will be talking in some particular context. So cybersecurity threats are malicious actions that can compromise the security of a system or network. And they can include malware, phishing, social engineering, and many more. Okay, so threat is simply event or action that has got the ability to compromise the system or to violate the security. Violate the security, sorry. To violate the security means you are disturbing something. Okay, you are attacking, like someone is attacking. So there is action, an event. Okay, then it comes what is exploit. So exploit is like you can say cybersecurity is the practice, like it is the practicing of computer system network. like we are just protecting it. And from what we are protecting when we are applying the cyber security, so from what we are protecting from the exploits. Okay, so simply exploit is when we are having the piece of code. Suppose, like giving an example, you can say an exploit is in cybersecurity is a piece of code or a program that take advantage of the vulnerabilities. There are some vulnerabilities. Vulnerability means loopholes are present, and simply, like there is vulnerability in the system to cause unwanted behavior. So exploits are used by the like cyber criminals to gain access to the system, install malware, or steal data. Okay, so a way to breach. Okay, a way to breach the security. What method the person is using, attacker is using to breach the system. Either it could be installing malware or stealing the data or some ransomware, phishing. There can be many different ways. So that is now, vulnerability, I have told multiple times, like vulnerability is nothing but loopholes, means the issues or the weak points. So, in cybersecurity, vulnerability is a weakness, you can say, in a system that can be exploited by the cyber criminals. And vulnerabilities can be in software, hardware, or network, even because simply from anywhere the vulnerabilities can arise, due to which the attacks will be like exploits can be there. Okay, so it is generally defined as the existence of a loophole. Vulnerability is a loophole or a weakness in the design or the implementation that could lead to undesirable, unexpected events that would compromise the machine. Okay, because of the vulnerabilities, the exploits can happen. The threats can come into the system. Okay, moving further. Now, attacker, it is very simple. When we talk about attacker, the person who attacks is attacker. The person who attacks the system and network or hardware, software. So, any individual who compromises the security of the machine in order to steal, manipulate, or to cause destruction on the data of the data, that person is known as attacker. Then attack is simply the action, okay, of attacking or exploiting the system by some attacker. So cyber attacks can be in many forms, including malwares, SQL injection, social engineering, or more. So the action that is performed by an attacker that would potentially harm the system or the information stored in it simply is known as attack. Then data theft. Now it is very clear from the name itself that what is data theft? Theft means stealing. So data theft is illegal action or digital, like you can say acquisition, you can say it is a illegal acquisition. Theft is illegal acquisition of digital information for financial gain or to sabotage a business, you can say. And it can occur through physical theft or criminal, like cyber attacks. So simply I will be talking about that how offline also the cyber crimes can be taking place. I will be discussing about in that like about that in very detail also, that how cyber attackers work online, but the cyber attacks can be offline also. Okay, so the action of information stealing from the victim's machine is known as data theft. When you steal the information, acquisition of the digital information, but it is illegal, then it is data theft. Now, we will like we have already talked about the basic terminology, some of them. Actually, I will be talking about more terminologies afterwards, but right now, what is necessary, I am just dealing with that. So, when we talk about computer security, now cyber security, computer security, information security, I told you that they all are almost similar. But yes, computer security is completely dependent when we are talking about the computer. So computer security is also known as cyber security itself, and like is it is the protection of computer system and data from unauthorized access, theft, or damages. Okay, like either it is hardware, software. So there are different types of computer security, like network security, application security, data security. Okay, so like it is generally in like it generally involved the process of safeguarding against the intruders from gaining access to your system or its resources for malicious purposes. Okay, it's like a person will be hacking your system because of some, like he want to gain access to your resources, your data. and want to do something wrong with it. Okay. Now, let's talk about what are the different laws due to the cybersecurity attack, like, sorry, due to the security attacks. So the security is attacked, then what happens? What loss can be occurred? Definitely the financial loss. So you can like think about it that how it happens. When we talk about the financial loss due to the cyber attacks, you can say. So cyber attacks can cause significant financial losses for businesses and individuals. And simply like you can say for the businesses, if you talk about cyber attackers are one of the most costly threats to business, and they can damage a business reputation and customer relationship. And if you talk about individuals, so individuals can lose money to cyber criminals for like you can say there are different like ransomware and all. Ransomware is very dangerous. Malwares are also there. So with the like due to the attacks, individuals also suffer. And the financial institutions, so like when we talk about the financial institutions, so cyber attacks can damage the financial institutions also, their reputation and customer relationship actually. So financial, like someone has taken your not your means anybody's ATM, and they are having the details. Suppose a person has written the pin code in the cover only. So if it is lost, if it is fallen down, so definitely the criminal will be able to get those details and can just rob the entire money which is inside the account. And if you have simply lost your identity pan or Aadhaar or any other identity card or something, they are going to be very dangerous. They can also make the financial losses. Although that comes in that examples will be lying in the identity theft also. But yes, it depends that for what particular purpose the particular document is getting used. Then resource unavailability, like someone has got the access to your system and they are just making your resource unavailable at the correct time when it is necessary. The resources are unavailable, that is resource unavailability, or either the data is deleted or altered. Okay. Then identity theft, as I told you, so identity means someone is trying to be you. Okay. Identity theft is someone is trying to be you, that is identity theft. Means someone has like suppose so if you can say like accounts are hacked, Facebook, Insta and all kind of accounts someone hacks, and they just try to be you, or such kind of. So identity theft is closely linked to the phishing also, or other social engineering techniques that are often used to trace sensitive information from the victim. And someone like calls this is another example, you can say, when someone call and say that I am speaking this, or sometimes it happens today, this kind of like crimes are happening, that the people call and say that okay, your daughter, your son is injured and I have taken to hospital, you just pay this much amount, so I'm this person, or kind of. Okay, so public profiles on social network or other popular online services can also be used as a source of data. That is the most popular identity theft example, you can say. Data losses happen, someone deletes the data or manipulate it, so that can be happening. Loss of trust, definitely if any of the above happens, so loss of trust will be there due to the security attacks, because nobody will be actually believing a person if they get some wrong messages or wrong post. So how they will be able to believe that okay, the first one was the correct or this one is the correct? Who has done it? Nobody knows. Resources misuse can be happening. Your Aadhaar card or some other credentials are getting used for some particular other purpose. People can buy SIM and other things also from the Aadhaar and all. If someone is using getting the resources, so they can be misusing it. Even the important documents, I will be discussing about them in very detail actually. I won't be sticking to this particular point right now, because this is just the introductory portion kind of that how the losses occur to due to the security attacks. Otherwise I will talk about these things in very detail, that how it happens in the companies and all, that how the resources are misused. Now let's talk about the elements of security. Okay, elements of security. So first one is the Confidentiality. Now, confidentiality is very important actually in cybersecurity. It is the practice of, you can say, protecting data from unauthorized access, disclosure, or theft. And it's the key component of information security and is essential for safe guarding, you can say, personal data, intellectual property, and business information. So, confidentiality is important. It prevents identity theft and simply builds trust, protects sensitive information. Then, identity, sorry, integrity. So, integrity is like in cybersecurity, the process of safeguarding data and system from accidental or intentional corruption. Okay, the data should be, properly managed. It should be trustworthy. Integrity is linked to trustworthiness. It ensures that the data is accurate, complete, and trustworthy. It protects data from malicious software like viruses and Trojan horse. It ensures that data is accurate and reliable. Integrity ensures it helps in maintaining the consistency of the data, that it is available when it is needed. It ensures the data is non-repeated and you can say authentic. It is like data is authentic. It is not repeated. It is not altered. It is not disturbed in any condition. So identity, integrity is like in cybersecurity is the process of safeguarding data and system from accidental, either accidental or intentional corruption. You can say. Okay. Then availability, definitely the availability of the data is very necessary at the time when it is required. So availability in cybersecurity is the ability to access data and system when needed, even in the face of cyber attackers or natural disaster. Like you can say, it's one of the three components of the CIA trade. I talked about it earlier, of information security, along with the confidentiality and integrity. So, like availability is important. Like availability is, you can say, critical for business continuity and disaster recovery also. Availability impacts how well an organization can operate. Availability ensures that authorized users have timely access to the data and services when it is required. Then it is available. That is availability, no? When it is required, then it is available. Then the next one which comes into the picture, that is authority. Okay, authority, with the name only you can understand someone is authorized. But yes, authorized in cybersecurity, what does it mean? So simply in cybersecurity, authority refers to the you can say, refers to an organization or individual with the power and responsibility to oversee and manage cybersecurity practices within a specific domain. And simply, like authorities are there, like certified authority, certificate authority, national cybersecurity authority, NCSA, that is, or cybersecurity managers within a company. They are the authorities. Okay, see, authority and authentication or authorization are different. If I talk about authorization, that is different. When we talk about authorization, it is the process of granting user permission to access a resource or location. And this can be physical location or digital resource like a website, application, database, or document, you can say. Then non-repetition, it is very important. Like when we talk about non-repetition, so non-repetition is a cybersecurity principle that prevents people from denying that their action is in digital communication and transaction. Like on WhatsApp also, like there are green tick, blue tick, like blue ticks, double tick, single tick. Example I'm giving on WhatsApp or messengers. So what happens, like single tick means, for I'm giving an example, okay. Single tick means that it is not delivered, double tick means it is delivered, blue means it has been read. Okay, so now the person cannot deny that I have not read your message. Okay, so simply sender and receiver both are having the acknowledgement. So non-repetition in cybersecurity principle is that, like, it prevents people from denying their actions in digital communication and transaction. A person cannot deny, either it is whichever scenario, and it is mainly dependent for the digital communication. It's key component of cybersecurity that ensures the Authenticity and integrity of the data. Okay, the data is delivered and it is read, it is used, it is seen. Either used or seen means I just want to say that a person cannot deny that I have not got it, I have not received it. Okay, so non-repetition is it uses a combination of technologies such as digital signatures, encryption, logging to ensure that origin and integrity of data. It also provide proof of delivery and the identity of the sender even. Okay, the numbers are there. Unknown person is also sending message. Then also in WhatsApp at least. Non repetition is important in e-commerce, email, and contractual agreements also. And we will be talking about the digital signature, encryption, these all things also in detail in further session, further sessions. Now let's talk about that what are the risks in pertaining the domestic users. Okay, what are the risks? So simply email attack. Okay, email attack, you can say, is how it happens actually. So an email attack, you can say, is a cyber attack that targets a user email account. Some common types of email attack are spoofing, phishing, man in the middle, that is MITM attack. Okay, I will be talking about them in detail further. And that there are so many actually. We will talk about them separately. Then malware attack. Malware is nothing but the malicious software. Okay. Malware is virus is a type of malware, you can say. Malware is malicious software that cyber criminals use to steal data, damage computer, and destroy computer systems. And it can cause a computer to run slowly or crash. Some types you can say are virus, worm, spyware, rootkits. We will talk about them in detail. Keyloggers, jackers are there, no? Cryptojacking and fileless malware. So see, they are different types of malware. They are actually the types of malware, virus, and these all. Then the DOS, I have talked about it before also. DOS is denial of service. Okay, so DOS is denial of service, and simply you can say like it is going to make a person do not use their system. Okay, like unavailability, you can say. Denial of service at the you can say it aim to make a network, either a network or website, inaccessible to legitimate users, like the person who is actually authorized, legitimate, that person will not be able to use the required services. So DOS attacks can cause a system to crash or degrade its performance. Okay, so simply the denial of service attack in cybersecurity is basically aiming to make a network or website inaccessible. Okay. Then identity theft, I have right away talked about. Identity theft in cybersecurity is, you can say, like a cyber crime that occurs when a criminal steals person's personal information to commit fraud, you can say. It can involve stealing a person's names, social security numbers, bank account number, or credit card. Okay. Then the packet sniffing. Now, this is something technical. Okay, when we talk about packet sniffing, it is a cybersecurity technique that involves collecting and analyzing data packets that pass through a network, like through the network, on the network layer, you can say, when data transmits. I will talk about the network layer and OSI, TCP reference models also in the further sessions, you can say. So packet sniffing is a cyber security technique that involves collecting and analyzing data packets, collection and analyzing that pass through the network. And packet sniffing can be used for network monitoring and security, or by hackers to steal sensitive information. Now it comes that, okay, this is like these are the risks. So what to be secured, when to be secured, how to be secured. I will be not discussing all that right away, but yes, at least talk about what to be secured. Simply hardware is required to be secured, definitely. Okay, hardware is required to be secured, software is required to be secured, information, data and information is required to be secured. Communication, which we are doing on the, our mobile phone, either it is normal messages, phone calls, and WhatsApp messages, Facebook. We should never say anything or anywhere, So communication is very necessary to be secured, very necessary. We have to take care that what we are talking about, to whom, when, and on what particular media. Okay, so hardware, definitely, because I will talk about that how the cyber attacks happen through hardware. Okay, that is a different phase. Then softwares, how different softwares are going to be, information, communication. I will talk about them all. Now, what makes your system vulnerable? So vulnerabilities comes in the system with low security awareness. Definitely, if a person is not knowing that what to secure, when to secure, and why to secure, so awareness is necessary. If you do not know that you have to secure your hardware, software, information, and communication, in what manner, then simply it will be vulnerability. Okay, so simply low security awareness leads to vulnerabilities in the system. No implementation of security systems. I will talk about what are the security systems which should be applied actually. So no implementation of security systems can also lead to vulnerabilities. Then default settings for applications and softwares, like simply if the default settings are not changed, then everybody know now what is the default setting of Windows or a new Apple phone. Like I'm not, I will not take any brand name actually. You can say, or for example, any phone you can say, for any brand, any configuration, default settings everybody knows. So they should be changed actually. Not following the standard security guidelines. And every time there are security guidelines, the manuals are there for every device, every software, and we should follow those guidelines to take care that there is no particular cyber attack. Then ensure online activity, that what you are talking about, what you are posting. In today's, like a few years ago, if you talk about, everybody was very much uh, like you can say intention, they panic to upload a single photograph on Facebook and all. But then the shield came, okay, with profile locking came, so people say, okay, now it is safe. But yes, still the communication and all, you have to take care of it, that what, once you are added to someone in Facebook or any particular, Instagram or anywhere, so simply you communicate, and like then the person is able to see your details. No, either you are aware and you are making the implementations properly, that okay, I have to take care that this person is added in my profile, but this person I don't know practically, or in person I don't have met. So simply you think about it and then do your actions, then it is okay. But if anyone is not aware, so that is the reason. Okay, low security awareness. So ensuring the online activity is also necessary. Okay, so I will be simply keeping till here only right now. And I hope whatever I have discussed till now, that much is clear.